Intelligence. ISC Class 12. Part 2. Fluid and crystallized intelligence. It is a cognitive theory of intelligence. It was proposed by Raymond Cattell and J. L. Horn. They distinguished between two types of intelligence, namely fluid intelligence and crystallized intelligence. The two intelligences mingle to produce overall intelligence. Fluid intelligence. It is considered to be the mental capacity of an individual which is required for learning and problem solving. It is derived from more biological and genetic factor, neurological development. It is relatively free from the influence of education and culture. It is not influenced by training and experience. It can be understood through one's ability of thinking and reasoning. It is also referred to as G, E, or GF. It reaches full development by the end of individual's adolescent, and then remains stable or starts decreasing. This is the reason why it is called vertical intelligence, since it sharpens with age. It is used when facing new and strange situation which requires adapting comprehension, reasoning, problem solving, and identifying relationship. Crystallized intelligence. It involves one's acquired fund of general information, consisting of knowledge and skills, essential for performing different tasks in one's day-to-day life, thus it is called accumulated knowledge. It is not a function of individual's neurological development. It is influenced by culture and education, and it is dependent on training and experience. It is referred to as G.C. It can be identified through one's fund of general knowledge of worldly affairs, vocabulary, and the knowledge of customs, traditions, and rituals, manner of behaving in the society and keeping of account and computation. It is found to continue to increase throughout one's lifespan. Triarchic theory of intelligence. It is a cognitive theory of intelligence. It is proposed by Robert Stenberg. This theory suggests three basic forms or dimensions of intelligence: componential or analytic intelligence, experiential or creative intelligence, and contextual or practical intelligence. Componential or analytic intelligence, analysis of information to solve problem. It is demonstrated through the capacity of an individual to analyze the available information for sorting out a way of solving a problem by performing a given cognitive act. People of such intelligence perform excellent on standard intelligence tests and displaying rational behavior. Teacher and professors demonstrate this type of intelligence. This intelligence further has three components. 1. Knowledge acquisition component, learning and acquiring the ways of doing various things. 2. Meta component, planning regarding what to do and how to do. 3. Performance component, involves doing things to solve problems. Experiential or creative intelligence, using prior knowledge as information in problem solving and creating new ideas. This intelligence helps the individual to find a solution to a problem using previous experience. It also helps to solve similar kind of problem in novel ways across different situation. This kind of intelligence is shown by many scientists and inventors like Albert Einstein, Isaac Newton, Sigmund Freud, etc. Contextual or practical intelligence, using intelligence to adapt to environmental demands or practically using cognition and doing day-to-day works. In its basic operation, contextual or practical component of one's intelligence involves the ability to grasp, understand and deal with the practical management of day-to-day affairs, like how to get rid of troubles, how to face environmental demands, and how to get along with the society. People high on this intelligence are usually called street smart. People solve their solution through three processes. 1. Adapting to the environment. 2. Modifying the existing environment. 3. Selecting a more favorable environment. Theory of multiple intelligences. It is a cognitive theory of intelligence. It was proposed by Howard Gardner, who rejected the fact that IQ can measure total intelligence of an individual. He suggested that each intelligence is a relatively autonomous intellectual potential, which is capable of functioning independently of the others. He gave 8 different types of intelligence. 1. Linguistic verbal intelligence. It is responsible for all kinds of linguistic competence, abilities, talents and skills available in human being, and it can be best broken down into components of syntax, pragmatics, as well as some school-oriented skills, such as written or oral expression and understanding. Lecturers, writers and lyricists are high on this type of intelligence. 2. Logical, mathematical intelligence. It is responsible for all types of abilities, talents, and skills in areas related to logic and mathematics. The component of this intelligence include deductive reasoning, inductive reasoning, scientific thinking, solving of logical puzzle, carrying out calculations. Mathematician, philosophers, and physicists are high on this intelligence. 3. Visual, spatial intelligence. It is responsible for all types of abilities, talents, and skills involving the representation and manipulation of special configuration and relationships. Architect, engineers, mechanics, navigator, sculptors, and chess players are high on this type of intelligence. 4. Musical intelligence. It covers all the abilities, talent and skills pertaining to the field of music, and it is demonstrated through the capacity for pitch discrimination, sensitivity to rhythm, texture, and timbre, ability to hear and produce music. Musicians and composers are high on this intelligence. 5. Bodily, kinesthetic intelligence. It covers the abilities, talents and skills involved in using body parts or its various parts to perform skillful and purposeful movements. Dancers, surgeons, and athletes are high on this intelligence. 6. Interpersonal intelligence. It covers abilities to understand individual and relationship with others rather than the self. It refers to the ability to act productively based on understanding of others and established rapport with people. Psychotherapist, teacher, salespeople, politicians and religious leaders are high on this intelligence. 7. Interpersonal intelligence. It consists of an individual's abilities to enable him to know himself. It includes knowledge and understanding of one's own cognitive strength, styles and mental functions as well as range of emotions and skills to utilize fund of knowledge and practical situation. It provides an insight into the total behavior of self. It is therefore said to be the most private nature whose access is through self-expression, including language, music, visual art, and other forms of expressions. Yogis, saints and master of Zen are high on this intelligence. 8. Naturalist intelligence. It is the ability to recognize and classify plants, minerals and animals, including rocks and grass and all variety of flora and fauna. It is the ability to recognize cultural artifacts, like cars, sneakers, etc. Biologist, zoologist, environmentalist, are higher on the intelligence. Please like, comment and subscribe our channel. Thank you.